Hi Katie. Just watched your 8th CC, and again, I'm just so proud, and you're doing so great. Really not much, just a bunch of compliments. Let me look at your reflection real quick. Okay, yeah, it was great that you noticed to move her further back, but not to make her reach forward. Good for that wait time if she's doing that tremor thingy. I was able to see there's no time. Last word. Oh, totally normal to misspell a word. I do it often. Even a lot of times my guys spell words and I'm like, hey, I gotta Google this. I don't know. And it's always a word, I just don't know it. But yeah, totally fine. It'll happen. It'll keep happening. No biggie. Number boards will always seem more difficult, and that's when people are like, oh, they don't know math or they don't know this. But just think of it like, because it's used so rarely, it's all new motor. I think even the actual holes to poke are a little smaller. And yeah, you just gotta up that prompting, more gestural, more eye directional, all the things. And eventually she'll find more fluency on that. But totally normal. Everyone will be wonky on the number board for quite a while unless you really make an effort to, you know, use it a handful of times each time you sit down, but that's much easier said than done. Yes, I definitely noticed there was a couple of the leaning forward, so that's good you noticed that too, but I think this was your second session. So, you know, just what I would do with that is just keep reminding her, like, engage your core, back up straight, you know, feel that spine all up and down the chair, and then just keep reminding her. And that's when sometimes I'll even be like, hey, sorry, I know I've said this 500 times, but I'm gonna keep prompting you until you're just doing this forever. I had one girl who was really similar. It's funny. A lot of the girl clients and spellers that I have, they all have very similar kind of loops or noises or hand motions, and I would just, after a while, like I worked with her for a while and she was still just so hunched over, really leaning forward and rocking back, I would say, okay, I'm just gonna put my hand right here and poke, and I would just kind of hold her back. But of course that's not ideal in the S2C world, but it is a way to help her feel where her body should be and feel that it makes it easier on the arm for poking and stuff. Yes, if fluency is shown on the 3 boards with minimal kind of gestural and directional, then definitely move up to the 26. And then just know though that just like the number board with the 26 board, when you move up, it's a whole new board, smaller letters, new motor. So you did just go from no prompting, but then when you start on that 26, treat it like the beginning of a lesson, start with spells, and up those prompts super high again and fade accordingly. Sometimes too, in transitioning to the 26, it's not as black and white as, all right, they were on the 3s, now we're at the 26. She can go up and down, you know, if she's misspoken too much, then say, okay, we did the first 2 letters on the 26, let's finish off on the 3s. But again, too, if you pull out the 3s and she's super accurate, that's a good little break, and say, all right, last letter on the 26. And just know that it's kind of a up and down game. Make sure that you slow down and get purposeful in and out. Yep, I love that. Better ideas for me moving forward with Colleen. Okay, let me see what I said. Make sure that the board isn't too far so she doesn't have to lean, but you already kind of commented on that and asked questions, so good job. I loved how you started you know, prompting her body to get in the spelling position, and I liked that kind of hand over hand model of in and out. I loved your prompting, loved the continuation. I'm super proud of her. I liked some of the silly stuff she was saying. Also, on that note, you did really great ignoring a lot of that unreliable speech. I even like how you kind of acknowledge the fact, like, hey, I'm not ignoring you, but I also know that's probably not reliable, so let's keep going. You did it by the end, but don't forget to say the letters after she pokes. Even though she's kind of saying them, I would say them too, just to kind of help with that continuation and that flow, and just good practice to remember to do that for everyone, because you don't want to get real comfy with her and her say the letters for you, and then your next client, you kind of forget that thing too. And yeah, I think my rant's over, but overall, I'm just so proud of you and your tone and your prompting. And yeah, come move to Florida. We'll get you a job. Let me know if you have questions.